What's going on, guys? Welcome to sunny Cabo here in Mexico. In this video, I wanted to give you a little bit of an update as to what's been happening with myself and the channel and Prince of Travel overall, mostly just sitting down to chat and speaking from the heart. We'll start by talking about the transformation that I've been going through as of late, and then we'll talk about the future of Prince of Travel. Today I'm filming on February the 16th, 2025, and if I were to take it back 8 years ago, February 16th, 2017, that's when this whole journey started. I was living in Toronto at the time, and I just sat down to type out a blog post about my dreams of traveling the world, and that would be the first ever blog post published on princeoftravels.com. And from that blog post really spawned a journey and adventure that I really could not have expected. It really was beyond my wildest dreams. Back in the day, I just had this dream of creating travel content and sharing it with the world and documenting my travels and helping people along the way. And that's exactly what I did. First by creating blog posts on princeoftravels.com, and eventually here on YouTube making these videos as well. And it really has to be said that over the course of most of my 20s, it really was a dream come true in pretty much every way, because I got to go on so many adventures and check off so many items off my bucket list. And along the way, I even got to travel the world in first class and stay at some of the world's finest hotels and resorts. And just over the course of my 20s, being able to live out my dreams in such an amazing way is always something that I'll be able to look back on with a sense of gratitude and a sense of, yeah, I mean, that's what my 20s were for, right? Being able to have a massive bucket list around the world and check them off, all by, harnessing the power of credit card points and loyalty programs, and eventually documenting everything here on this channel and sharing all of the best strategies and all the tips and tricks and all of the ways to make these travel dreams come true with an incredible audience of over 100,000 people on this channel. So this has very much been a chapter of my life that, like I said, I'll always be able to look back on with gratitude. But now I'll share with you a little bit about the transformation that I've been going through as of late. As you guys may know, I turned 30 years old last year, and that was very much around the time that it felt like a bit of a turning of the page. And they say that life moves in chapters, and it just feels a little bit right now as though the next chapter of my life is taking shape, and the previous chapter, where it was all about traveling the world and pursuing it in such a go fashion, when I'm really pouring myself into this pursuit of, seeing as much of the world as possible, flying as many of the world's first class airlines as possible, and making all these videos to share with you all of the best credit card tricks and strategies. It really does feel as though that chapter of my life is coming to a very natural conclusion. Now, don't get me wrong, travel will always be a huge part of my life, especially as I pursued it so relentlessly over the course of my 20s. But going forward, it'll be less about travel for the sake of travel, which was very much, the story that I've been on so far. But instead, I'll be using it as a tool, right? I'll be using it to deepen my relationships. I'll be using it to pursue my curiosities around the world. And whatever I do next as part of my work, whatever I pour myself into in the next chapter, I'm pretty sure that travel will play a role some way, shape, or form in that as well, but it just probably won't be the same way that it was before, where I was flying on all these flights and shooting vlogs and making weekly videos here on this channel. That's just gonna evolve a little bit, and the way that I engage with travel, my relationship with it, is just gonna evolve over time. So now this brings me to the next question that's probably on your mind, which is, what's the future of Prince of Travel? This YouTube channel, the website that we have, the company that's been built, what does the future hold? Now, this is where I draw the distinction between, even though my journey as a relentless traveler in my 20s is coming to an end, that doesn't mean that the work that we do at Prince of Travel is changing in any way. In fact, in terms of that, the show very much must go on. There's still tons of knowledge and insights and strategies to be shared with all of you around how to maximize points to travel the world, how to turn the loyalty programs and credit cards that are freely available on the market into turning your travel dreams into reality, because the rest of the team that we've built up here is extremely talented in their own right in terms of unlocking the best strategies to travel the world on points and sharing them with you. We've got TJ, whom you know and love here on this channel, who's been with us for 5 years plus. We've got Chris, who you may have seen on our social media. We've got Rachel, who's also been with us for years and years, who's a wealth of knowledge, and she's currently running our membership program. So if you're interested in going deeper with the content that we produce, check out the membership, where you'll get to engage daily with Rachel and the team as you level up your journey and unlock more and more trips using the magic of miles and points. And we've got many more knowledgeable and talented team members who are always pursuing journeys around the world of their own, and they're eager to share with you the many learnings and lessons along the way. And so you may well see more and more of them here on this channel in terms of the future videos that we'll be producing. Now, as for myself, I'm currently on a bit of a sabbatical, I guess you could call it that. I'm still working day to day behind the scenes with the team, guiding them the right direction, making sure that the Prince of Travel ethos is carried through in terms of our future work. But in terms of what I personally pursue in my future projects, habits? That's something that I don't currently know exactly what the answer is. It's something that I'm taking my time to figure out. And if we zoom out a little bit and talk about people who are creating content on YouTube and on the internet in general, I do feel as though there's been this first generation of people like myself who have poured ourselves into a topic and made a name for ourselves and are now at this point of transition, right? Figuring out what's next, figuring out what future chapters hold. And for myself, it's gonna be a bit of a journey that I'm going on and one that I might share with you guys in future content. So if you follow me on my own socials, you may see me dabbling with stuff here and there, and I'd love to hear from you if any of that resonates. But in terms of continuing to get the best possible education on how to maximize points and loyalty programs and elite status to travel the world in a way that you could have only ever dreamed of, just like I have over the past 8 years, then you'll definitely want to stay subscribed to the Prince of Travel YouTube channel, because that's where the future videos with our very talented team is going to be coming at you over the course of 2025 and beyond. I'm looking forward to joining all of you in continuing to see what Prince of Travel is capable of in the future. And lastly, I just have to end this by saying a thank you to everybody who's followed and everybody who's subscribed, everybody who's engaged with our content and gotten value out of the tips and tricks that we share, everybody who's been on this lifelong journey of traveling the world alongside with me, but along the way also finding the best experiences and unlocking those super fun first class flights. It really has been a wild ride. I look forward to a future time when I can share with you exactly what it is that's lighting me up in terms of my work in the next chapter, exactly what I've got going on. But in the meantime, happy travels, and the team will see you in the next video.